Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Clayton Thomas-Muller from Puggawagan First Nation here in Yarrow, British Columbia, which is very quickly, due to urban sprawl, becoming a suburb of Vancouver. It's more so close to the city of Chilliwak, but it's also smack dab right in the middle of the Kinder Morgan pipeline right-of-way. Right where I'm standing, the existing pipeline is horizontally drilled and buried under this beautiful river, which is a very, very abundant salmon-producing river. The camera's going to go over here, the right-of-way of the pipeline goes right through that farmland, and then if you circle back over this way, you can see their sign over there, which, this is tar sands pipeline right here, right in BC. So you can see this stuff crosses real rivers and streams that, not only native people depend on for livelihood, but also a whole thriving lower mainland economy. And with me right now is Sheila Muxlow, who actually grew up here in this area. And if you want to share a couple words.
Sure. Well, I guess the first thing is also to acknowledge that it's on unceded Stalo territory here, and particularly I think this is shared Suwali and Sumas nations. But yeah, it is also a waterway that I grew up to as well, which is pretty powerful for me. I used to jog down this lane, as you can see. It's a nice 2-kilometer thing. Used to wake up before high school when I had a car, drive down here, go for a jog, or whenever I wanted to skip class, just burn off some stress. Also broke up with my first boyfriend just down over there.
Wow.
Yeah, on the creek on the other side of this it's a salmon, restored salmon watershed, I guess. And
It was probably because you were walking on the Kinder Morgan pipeline.
Yeah, maybe. I think there was just this negative energy,
Yes.
But anyway, it was interesting to note. I did not know about this pipeline until about a year ago, and I was born and raised here. And I think a lot of folks who live in Chilliwak don't know. I think increasingly they do know, but I think before, say, a year ago, a lot of folks didn't know.
But thanks to a lot of groups, including the group that
Yeah.
you belong to, a lot of people in Chilliwak and all along the energy corridor of Houston-based Kinder Morgan's Transmountain pipeline are becoming aware and rapidly politicized on the issue of this company trying to double the capacity of this pipeline from 300,000 barrels per day to 750,000. Thoughts on that?
Something that's pretty terrifying. Not only for the immediate risks and the threat of what a spill of that product would do right here, but also just for the whole process of the thing in tar sands expansion. The fact that it would continue to devastate the northern boreal forest, the lungs of the planet, the Mackenzie watershed basin, which is like the third largest watershed in all of the world, I believe. Home to the Cree and the Dene, indigenous folks, and a lot of the settler folks too who live up there and are making their Métis. Absolutely, yeah. There's a lot. It's the problem with this type of pipeline is it has so many local threats, so many threats that are localized that we really all don't need to be dealing with.
And global threats that manifest locally all across the planet. When we talk about the carbon impacts of tar sands expansion, the dirtiest, most carbon intense fossil fuel on the planet. So anyway, I just want to wrap up here and say it's good to be on the fresh coast. Shout out to Winnipeg. Yeah, west end of Winnipeg and
West side.
West Coast.
West Coast.